Hello, Crazy Neighbor Al here, Happy Dog Farm. It's a clear and cold night, and some of you know what that means. Temperature forecast tonight's going down to 18. I have some trees in pink. There's nothing I can do about that. But kind of as a fuel gesture and kind of as to put a informational video out for you, I'm lighting my orchard heater tonight. Sort of my contribution to global warming. Suck it up. I'm a little miffed about this. We had temperature almost 80. I mean, truly, what is this? March 26th, I have trees in pink. I called National Weather Service to ask why there wasn't a freeze warning, and they said the growing season hasn't started yet. I said, yeah, what about trees? They said it's complicated, and I believe it, but I'm a little miffed still. Anyway, I'm going to be lighting this heater from start to finish. The purpose of an orchard heater isn't so much, it's not possible to heat all the trees. What happens is when you get a clear cold night, you're going to get a layer of really cold air on the ground, and literally not too far above it is warmer air, and you're going to try and promote circulation to bring some of that warm air down to the ground. Since the average air temperature is going down to 18, it's not going to do a lot, but there will be some radiant heat from it, and there's a possibility that the trees in closest proximity won't lose their blossoms. Fortunately, some of you know ciders are late bloomers, and not all of them have bloomed, so that's part of my salvation. I'm working by lantern light tonight. That's kind of cool. Sat in Murphy for a while with one of the lanterns lit, kept me nice and warm, read a book. You know, what the heck, right? You're going to lose the war, you might as well suck it up. So I use a propane torch to light the heater, but let's look at it first. And there it is in all its glory. I got this on eBay. They're kind of hard to come by, but you can check Craigslist too. I wish I had another one. I've got a lead on it, and I'm going to buy it. What you have on the bottom is the main tank, and it conveniently holds 5 US gallons of fuel. Do not put gasoline in these things. You put diesel, kerosene. Some people use used motor oil. Hey, that works. Oh dear. Oh, that's a little off, and I got to deal with that first. Well, it's flashing, so we'll just leave it there. That's not supposed to be like that. Excuse me while I do something I should have done before. We want that to be snug. Yeah, there we go. If that had let air in, we could have had a very warm orchard in the middle of it all. Anyway, there you go. Ground's not too level. That's my fault. Anyway, you start by, there's a wick underneath this contraption. You can just see it there. And they're usually cotton, and I threw that one out, and I got myself some fiberglass rope from the stove shop, rope gasket, and put that in there. And the nice thing about that stuff is it doesn't burn. It wicks, but it doesn't catch on fire itself. So when the thing runs dry, you still have a wick. The oil on the surface will catch on fire, and it starts to create a draft coming up through here. These things burn very clean when they're running. I gotta say this in their defense. People say they're smoky. Not when they're running right. One, you get an air-fuel mix to these little side tabs, okay? And also you're going to get some recirculating heat in here that promotes circulation. It actually improves fuel economy, and it makes it run cleaner, okay? The cap on the top, keep moisture out until you need it. We need it. So, okay, the top's off. All right, I'm going to try and level it just a little bit. I'm going to put the camera down for just a moment. And you can all laugh at my efforts while I try this. Or not. Definitely aiming in the wrong direction. That's a little better. Anyway, she's a little straighter now. what I use is a propane torch to light it. Mostly, that's not so much to get the wick started. In fact, I can start the wick with a propane lighter, my little pocket lighter. But once that gets going, you're going to see the top start to go. Come on. Okay, guess what? We're going to use the propane torch because I'm cold. You can hear that. That might have been a little hard to start with just the lighter. I'm thinking there might have been a little moisture in there. Oh yeah, we got some flame going down there though. That's good. Now if you look up, you see that smoke? Pretty soon, and you won't be able to see so well at night, it turns white. And that's a good thing. Hear that? There you go. Okay, that's what it's supposed to do. Now you can see here, I'm getting a little bit of combustion, but not a lot. So we wait. If you look down, you'll see that there's a fire starting. It's moving up into the main feed tube. What do you want to call it? The chimney. Hey, look at that, huh? Once things get going, you don't need to keep that open. So I'm going to leave the torch going for a minute, and I'm going to set this to roll back. There we go. Now you have holes on the bottom that control the burn rate. That's what you're looking at here represents a wide open burn rate. Okay? Less and less. There's really not enough information, in my opinion, on the internet about these things. Oh, look at that. Put out my torch. There's not enough information on the internet about them, but the idea was that each hole represented 2 degrees that you were going to try to offset from 28 degrees. So if the temperature went down to 26, you opened one hole, 24, another hole, last resort, you would go to the last hole, take you down to 20, and after that, all you could do was hope for radiant heat coming off of it. Hear that sound? Some places they call them a chufa chufa. Well, it's because it's making a chug chug noise. And there you can hear it. The other thing I have no idea about, and if anyone wants to tell me, I have no idea what the burn rate is on these. No one will tell you how long your 5 gallons of more increasingly expensive diesel fuel is going to last. So I have fuel to refuel it. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. As you can tell, we have some wind tonight, and that's not helping me at all. In fact, it's making things worse. Obviously, there's circulation, so there's some radiant off of it, not a lot. But that's my orchard heater, folks. That's my one-of-a-kind, to me anyway. I'm going to roll this thing back down. To one hole. Actually, I can go around and make it one big hole. There. I'm going to try to hold the camera over my head because I've never looked down the bore of it because I don't want my face burnt off. Oh, there it is, doing the best it can. That's me. I'm just trying to be informational for you folks. If if I had all the money in the world to spend on these kind of heaters, I'd probably need 4 or 5 of them. And I don't think anything would solve it tonight. It's going to get way too cold. 18, I don't think any of these could beat it. You need a greenhouse. I don't know if you can see it. That's the moon. Yeah. So, and there's nothing but a lot of stars up there. Probably can't see those. There's the warm house and my warm bed over there. So, that's Happy Dog Farm's informational video on orchard heaters. Don't expect a lot from them, especially if you got a breeze, and especially if it's going to get below, say, 20 or 24. They help, but I just don't think there's a lot for them. That's all. Wish me luck. Good night, folks.